He has the body of a god of war, but I fell for it. Become the strongest survival emperor in Africa. He is Soroso Run. It's still a mystery about the strength of this guy. Some say he's ridiculously strong, rarely a huge body comparable to the Emperor of Grace. In fact, he has also killed bison countless times. But the psychological quality of this product is very poor. After encountering other male lions, they just run. Therefore, countless teammates have been killed. He believes that the rivers and lakes are not fighting and killing. Those who can be forced will never fight with others. If you can do it, you will never do it. The story takes place in the Sibison Reserve in Africa. In the Bad Boys League, the timeline before the official debut, Solo's father is a famous lion. Wong Tyson, he and 8 Faces co-head the Shalala Pride. In the beginning of the Bad Boy Bros, wandering Solo's father and 8. He also expelled these 6 brothers. Not long after, the Shalala Pride has been attacked by another male lion. Lao Luo's invasion, Solo's father died of bovine tuberculosis. 8 Faces is also powerless to resist Lao Luo. From this, Luo's mother began to take him around. Wandering life? In fact, lions in the same reserve, there is some blood relationship. And Solo's mother and Bad Boys are also Western, descendants of Street Alliance lions, so that's it. Bad Boys are also Solo's uncles. But a lion won't tell you about blood or not. Uncle or not, what should be beaten still has to be beaten. Should it be extinguished or must it be extinguished? 2 years later, Solo has finally grown up, but unfortunately, catch up with the Bad Boy League strong. Rising Dark Turbulence, he has not officially debuted yet. Met a bad boy, the 5th and 6th in the league. Solo's 5th and 6th uncles, Shalala's lioness, escapes to cover. Solo choose to fight the Bad Boys. Although Solo managed to escape, but was terrified. During the reign of the Bad Boys League, all the lions with bells in the reserve, they were all targeted by the 6 brothers. Solo, who was born at the wrong time, if I meet my uncles again, there's not a single hair left that's sure to die. And then he had an idea. Headed to the birthplace of Bad Boys, the Spartan Pride, to avoid inbreeding. The male lion has left his native pride, rarely go back. And the Spartan lions who ruled at this time, it was the male who invaded Solo's pride. Lion Lao Luo. Although Lao Luo and his father once had grievances, but revenge is always better than being tyrannized by your own uncle. By this time, the Spartan pride had withered its talents. It's been a hard time. There is only one male lion in the Spartan pride, Lao Luo, and a lot of the lionesses are also very old. When Lao Luo met Solo, I was immediately taken aback by his huge size. If you bring it under your command, to revive the glory of the Spartan pride. Not a problem at all. But how does he know? This guy has a body like King Kong. Inside is a fragile little lowly. So the Spartan pride accepted Solo. That's all. Solo lives among the Spartan lions. In the days to come, Lao Luo often teaches him survival and hunting skills. In the blink of an eye, 3 years of Solo's body has reached its peak. If you are big, the next person will stop here. You can scare away a lot of male lions. One day, Lao Luo and Solo were patrolling around the territory. Unfortunately, encountered the murderous Muva's brothers. The Bad Boys League, the 5th and 6th in it. Needless to say how awesome these 2 lions are. It is equivalent to the existence of the god of war in the lion world. However, when the number of parties is equal, Lao Luo doesn't need to be afraid of these 2 brothers, just rushed up and started fighting. However, Solo in the rear, after seeing my 6th uncle, I was scared to death. A U-turn and a girl runs away. Only Lao Luo was left to fight alone. In the end, Lao Luo was defeated and died miserably, torn to shreds by Solo's 6th uncle. In this way, Solo is indirectly avenging his father. After the lion Lao Luo hung up, Solo brought his 2 sons, Ban Wei and Cleo, started running around. However, Solo was not friendly to the 2 brothers. The companion is sick all day long, very weak. Solo refused to share his food. eventually throw it away. Another ally, the significant other, Cleo. He was also abused by Solo, often beaten with blood. But he eventually grew up, although not as good as Solo, but also a brave and strong lion. And here's the thing, he has everything a lion needs, psychological qualities that should be possessed. Have the desire and strength to become a Lion King. The only thing he lacks is a strong ally. Cleo mistakenly believes it's about to be their time. He is constantly looking for opportunities to invade other pride groups. However, Solo lacked interest in it. It was a bad boy league. Is at war with the lions of the Federal Republic of the male lions can only survive in the cracks. Facing a strong enemy, Cleo will obviously choose a weaker opponent. The first target he chose, it's a pride in the south. In the early days of the war, Cleo takes the lead. Solo followed, ostensibly involved. But in fact, it is not effective. When Cleo was deadlocked with his opponent, Solo is still waving the flag to cheer. But when Cleo was at a disadvantage, he doesn't even pretend. He directly chose to turn around and run away. The end of Cleo is certainly visible. He followed the same path as his father, after losing their allies. Solo's mood did not fluctuate at all. Whether allies live or die has nothing to do with him. As long as you live, after Solo lost Cleo, less ambitious. The courage is almost gone. Even the hounds are not afraid of him. After the death of Solo welcomes another ally, Old K. Due to Solo's large size, Old K is skeptical of it. On the one hand, he believes that Solo is capable of becoming a lion king's potential. On the one hand, I doubt its courage. However, considering that Solo has excellent hunting skills, can hunt bison alone, so Lao K still maintains an alliance with it. However, there is no such thing as a free lunch. After Old K used Solo as a hunting assistant, he doesn't realize it. What he really lacks is a combat assistant. In the night that followed, two male lions have ambushed their territory. In the dark, the Char brothers took the lead in attacking the huge Although Solo's courage is small, but rabbits bite when they are anxious. After a few charges, Solo's lion brothers can't find the north, then smoothly break out of the siege and quickly escaped without a trace with extremely high horsepower. Both Gyanchi brothers are a little confused. I don't understand what's going on. When they come to their senses, it's already the second day. Start besieging the Old K again. After this battle, the old man was seriously injured, finally starved to death. After the old black lion died, Solo has allied himself with the lions of Toulon. However, the Toulon lion knows very well he and Solo are nothing more than plastic bros. The reason for alliances is not to compete for territory, just to scare the other male lions. But it turns out, when danger comes, the thing about Solo's teammates the most is his little flaw, running thief. Before the Toulon lion could react, this stuff has disappeared without a trace. He was left alone. From now on, this area, no more lions dared to ally with Solo. In the days to come, Solo wandering around until he met a man named Hilda's young lion. Surprisingly, Solo gave his heart to Hilda. He passed on his skills to Hilda, especially the ability to escape, and he also became Solo's closed disciple. Hilda even has green, the trend of being better than blue. However, as Solo ages, Hilda finally faces the homeless male. When the lion is threatened, decisively chose to abandon Solo, but it should be a year. Mr. Rose never ran. Hilda just abandoned. After all, running away is such a thing. Whoever runs first is who abandons whom. Solo, in his twilight years, feeding on carrion alone in the wilderness, although Solo was hardly with any other male lions in his life, did a fierce battle. But his strength is definitely not covered. He can hunt adult bison alone. This is something that many male lions cannot do. After years of hunting, his canine teeth are badly worn. In the end, they can only survive by picking up carrion. Although Solo has been lonely all his life, shallow kinship, but he made it to 12 on his own. Especially under the rule of the Bad Boys League. To live so long, it's a big deal.